So today we're going to be talking about the check-in app, specifically event presets and race configurations. So to get to this, you would open up the app, go to your race, and then click on the gear in the right-hand corner. And there you're going to find your event presets and your race configurations. The best way I could think to explain this is kind of like a Swiss Army knife. So the race configurations are the entire Swiss Army knife, and the event presets are the pieces that go inside. So when you're done on this page, what you want is the configuration. You want the full Swiss Army knife. But in order to make that, you need to set up some event presets. So Kevin's going to walk us through that.
So within event presets, think of it as controlling what the volunteer or anyone that's going to be using the check-in app, what they're going to be able to see, and also any changes that they're going to be able to make. So if we click into event presets, and let's just add a new preset so we can kind of see the information that can be displayed or changed. If we select information displays, here you can edit what information is shown to the volunteer when they select into a participant record. For example, you may not want to show that they've signed the waiver. You may not need to show their age or gender, but for whatever reason, you do want them to show the phone number and address. So this is where it can all be set up. Now, if I click into information changes, if for whatever reason you want to allow your volunteers who are working packet pickup to do, let's say, event transfers, giveaway changes, corral edits, this is where you can say, yes, allow that option for your volunteers and allow them to make some of these changes. You may create sort of a general preset, or you may create event-specific presets. So for whatever reason, you may want a different experience when checking in a 1 mile participant versus a 88 miler participant.
Now, if you were to back out of the settings right now, then all the preset stuff that you set up there isn't going to do anything, because basically what you would have done is made the pieces that go inside the Swiss Army knife, but not actually put them in the Swiss Army knife. To put them inside the knife, you would have to go to race configurations, and Kevin's going to explain that too.
So here you would select add new configuration, and you would name your configuration. So let's just call this test. And if I go to event presets, this is where you would load in your Swiss Army knife if we're going to continue with this metaphor. Here you have your list of events, and then you can select which preset you want to use for those specific events. So if you've created your own preset, this is where you can set all of your events to use that specific preset that you set up. So here I can say, for anyone that's checking in an 88 miler participant, use the general preset. For the 1 miler, general preset, so on and so forth. So as mentioned before, you can set up different presets specifically for different events. So we've already done this, and we've created an 88 miler specific preset and also a 1 mile preset. This is where you can assign it to those specific events. So here we're going to change this to 88 miler preset, and we're going to change this to the 1 mile preset. We'll go ahead and save, and we'll sync latest. And what this will do is this will sync up to the cloud. So anyone that's also going to be using the check-in app for your race, they'll be able to pull in the same configuration that you've already set up. When you save it to local only, it's only going to save to this specific device. And so if Andrew goes in and tries to use this example configuration 1, he's not going to get any of the changes that I just made. So we'll sync to the latest. And now if I were to click into a participant that's registered for the 88 miler, you'll see that we're displaying their name, their event, and their checked-in status. Now, if I back out and find someone that's in the 1 mile fun run, you can see we are displaying additional information like email, phone number, address, the registration date, their t-shirt size, and registration notes. And that's because we're using a different preset for each specific event. So the preset for the 1 mile is set up to display all of this information, while the preset for the 88 mile is set up to not display any of that information. Now you can create multiple configurations with different presets. Certain configurations can be geared towards your volunteers. So maybe you only want your volunteers to see certain information and be able to do certain actionable items within the check-in app. And as a race director or volunteer coordinator, you may want to see more information or be able to do more actionable items within the check-in app. So in the app, you can have multiple race configurations set up under the Race Configurations tab. Now you can come down and select the Change Configuration button. You can pick which configuration that particular device is going to be using.